How to create a company culture that gives your guide team value. No matter how much companies say they value their guides, in practice, freelance tour guides tend to be at the bottom of the list when it comes to resources for both small and large operators. This leads to a self fulfilling cycle of guides who don't stay very long, maybe only one season, which then obviously makes it harder for companies to justify spending resources on their guide team, which then means even less value for guides. And so they don't stay as long. It's a never ending cycle. The secret ingredient to stop that, a strong company culture that offers value to all of its employees. Practically speaking, yes, tour guides are the employees you hire, train, and then kind of send off to do their thing and take care of the day to day so that you, the manager, the entrepreneur, the C suite, can spend your time strategizing more long term and large scale. Companies don't really tend to interact with their guides further than booking them for tours via email or checking in if there's a bad review. So, when treated as freelancers, which granted they are, guides are just going to naturally feel a disconnect with your brand, as opposed to your employees that are in an office every day or checking in every day, who have a larger connection and investment into your brand. How to get guides to feel like a part of the company and even, dare I say, love and prioritize your brand amongst others. Show them the value of your company culture, of working with you compared to our competitors. Side note, if you're interested in reading more about how to develop a great and scalable company culture, an amazing read that is very nerdy into this is Great Mondays by Josh Levine. So, what do you get out of it? Way more than employee retention, which, by the way, might be costing companies just as much as if they put money into their current guide teams. If you think about it, your guides are the only ones who truly know what's going on at the ground level. They see how the customers react in real time, how the product works on the ground, what realities there are compared to what's advertised on the website. Utilize them as your eyes and ears by bringing them into these larger conversations and allowing them to participate in the brand. But beware, this should never be about what your guides can offer you. It should be what you can offer them. I'm just pointing out that you also get benefits in this exchange. So, how do you offer value? Here are 3 steps to determining what value you can offer your guides. Step 1, simply brainstorm a list of ways you can offer value. And the good news is this doesn't have to only say pay more than the competitors. That's not always a possibility. Be creative. What's value can span an incredible amount of areas, many of which you might already be doing without realizing, especially compared to other tour companies in your region, in your city. I cannot stress how sadly low this bar is. So start small and realistic so that you can actually keep your promises, as opposed to making grand statements that you kind of need to develop and upkeep. Some examples. You can say to your guides or anyone who works for you, if you give tours for us, you don't do any work outside of the actual tour. That's pretty unique if you can pull that off. Clear expectations and milestones of achievement, right? Things like offering annual reviews and reviews of their tours on a regular basis. That's not something a lot of companies offer. Training and education opportunities, flexible work times. Maybe you're totally cool with a guide who can't work Saturdays but is available otherwise. Networking opportunities. Have you ever thought of taking your guides to trade shows or networking events? Guides are amazing natural salespeople in some cases, or at least marketing people, as they're able to really speak to the tour. You might even be able to offer career progression, training in marketing or sales, or other roles that your company will need as they grow. So once you put this list together, bring this to your guide team and ask them what they find valuable on this list. If you put together a list and then you enact it, it's pointless if you haven't run it by the guides. It only works if it's a two-way conversation. Bonus, it's incredibly empowering for guides to be involved in this process. Nothing shows upper management cares more than asking the opinion of tour guides. Just make sure to get a lot of different opinions, not just one or two guides. After that, continue to define and expand upon that value. Once everyone has participated in shaping the values that your company can offer guides, advertise it. Get credit for putting in that effort with your guide team. And this is something that you can expand on as time goes on, taking note of what guides really appreciate, what they don't seem to care about, and you can cut. It should be an evolution.